Hello, everyone. How's it going? Got a little surprise for you. Um, Randomly decided a couple of nights ago to do my next Audiosurf showcase. It's kind of surprising. It's been almost a year since I've done the last one. The last one was in November of 2022. Um, it's something I've been thinking about doing. I've been working on a list every now and then, and I did actually get some feedback over on YouTube for some people actually wanting to see some more cool things, some more pairings of songs and unique workshop themes to combine with this. And so I'm trying to do my best as a content creator to deliver when people request things. I know I'm not getting to everything, but this was something I got the motivation to do. Um, and yeah, I had the start of a list put together for a little bit, but I think it was Wednesday night. I randomly had the motivation, just found some more workshop themes, tried them out, uh, collected all the music that I wanted, which, if it helps with DMCA and copyright stuff, all the music was legally obtained. In case you need to know that, I know it won't help with anything, but it's something. And so I got everything together, tried things out, and now I have a list. It is a slightly more modest list than last time. Last time we had a huge playlist of 25 songs that I tried to get through, and it took a little too long. But we're down 10 off of that list, so it's a little bit more than I wanted to do. But I have a list of 15 songs that we're gonna go through. Um, One or a few of them are a little long still, but hopefully we should have a more manageable amount of time. And I'm starting a little bit early, not quite as early as I was hoping to, but we have plenty of time to get through it. But I will be trying to talk a little bit less in between because I know that was a enormous portion of that last time. I am bringing up my chat on my phone. It's been a while since I've had to do that. I guess I need to update the app. Darn. Where can I even see that it's doing that? Is it updated? I'm going to assume that it's updated. Um, okay. And yeah, for some reason I don't get these notifications another way. I did see I got a follower a while back, but Connor9810 followed me back on September 1st. Um, so thanks for that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Input, wait a minute.
Is that better? I should have tested that first. Oh my gosh. That makes me so mad. I don't know why it keeps resetting that. Yeah, it was set to, I don't know, freaking mic audio or something. A little too loud. I have the levels set how I had them before. I don't know why it's any, like, I have the exact, I don't know why it's any different. But we're gonna deal with it. I set it to the exact same levels that I used for capture card stuff, and I'm using all the same equipment. I think my mic broke. The levels seem fine to me. Do I need to bring Twitch back up and make sure it's... I think I can just do that from my phone. Hold on. I can't unmute. Okay. All right, just gonna put that over there. Okay, I don't. The levels seem fine. I'm going to check it for myself, I guess. How's it sounding? How's it sounding? You know that's sounding normal now. You know that's sounding normal now. Okay. Yeah, sorry about the feedback there. I just had to test that after what Fire Dragon said in the comments. Had to turn me down. I'm sorry about that. It should be the level that it was. I mean, it should have been this level. That's what it's set to on my other one. But okay. So anyway, we're doing a showcase in Audiosurf 2 where I have a playlist of 15 songs that I personally like, and I found custom themes that other people created in the Steam Workshop to match them with, is kind of like finding things that work with the song. I did this once before back in November of 2022, and so this is the second one. It's a shorter playlist than last time, so hopefully shouldn't take too long. Usually I'm able to listen with you, Max. Okay. Interesting. I'm not sure why that is, but okay. As long as it's good now, we're going to keep going. So I'm going to start a little bit, and just like general notices, disclaimers, get this stuff out of the way. This is a rhythm music game, and I'm sure you guys know how those work. Lots of strobing, lots of flashing lights and stuff like that. So if you're sensitive to those things, this is probably not a good stream for you to watch. Just to give you a heads up on that. And there's a chance eventually Twitch is going to block some of the audio on this, potentially. I don't think it did with the last one, but YouTube didn't like a couple of the songs and blocked it over there. So whether or not you're able to hear it, I'm going to edit it down in some form later on regardless, to just show off the combinations and things to make it a little more digestible and avoid those copyright issues. But whether you can hear it or not at any given moment, there's that little bar at the bottom of the screen that's telling you what the name of the theme is and what song I'm playing. So you always have that for reference down there. I made sure to have the camera on the opposite side so it's not going to block that at any point. Just so you have that. Wonder if it's got songs I like. We'll see. I'm trying to broaden things a little bit. I like to think we have more varying genres this time around than I did the first time. But Audiosurf is it favors electronic music more than anything else, I feel like. So that's what I tend to lean towards in this game. Personally, in real life, I find something to like out of most genres. I tend to lean toward rock, alternative, and electronic stuff these days. But I'm trying to have a little bit of everything. So hopefully you'll find something. If not, maybe something new that you'll like. Turning sound. Let's see. Oh, you have seizures, but they're not affected by lights. What are they affected by? Like, is it anything I need to warn you about? That's interesting. And then for the drink of choice tonight, I'm doing a Skittles flavored C4 so we can taste the rainbow. Going to be seeing a lot of rainbows and color spectrums in our different in our showcase tonight. So we have no clue what triggers them. Oh no! But you know for a fact it's not strobing lights. Like that hasn't been a trigger to it before. They're seizures because my neurologist confirmed it, but we just don't have an exact diagnosis. Interesting. Okay. Trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to mention beforehand. I think I covered everything. I'm sorry for the tech issues earlier. I had to switch. I've been doing a lot of stuff from a capture card earlier. Seizure, and I had to switch to I switched back to my PC setup in OBS because there are two different things that I switched back and forth between, and it was defaulted to other things, and so it was using another mic for a bit there. So hopefully the beginning wasn't too low. I don't think there was any important information there. I kind of reiterated it all after that. But I am on PC, in case you were wondering. I don't think you can play it. I mean, there's Steam Deck, I guess, but I'm not playing off of that. And then for my controller of choice, I'm using my Hori Fighter Commander Octa. I don't use this controller enough, and it works pretty great for Audiosurf, but really all you need for an Audiosurf controller is a control stick or a D-pad if you prefer, and an A button. And so I want to take this out. So my seizures are completely random and varying length and intensity. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry about that. I sincerely hope that none of this is going to trigger any of that for you. That would be extremely bad. All I can do is warn you and advise you to make your own decisions regarding that. But if you don't think it's going to do any harm, then you're definitely free to watch. And I appreciate your company. You're on meds. Okay. All right. That's good enough for me. All right. So I'm gonna start with a couple songs that probably could have been in last time, in terms of like how old they are. But the playlist last time was plenty long enough. But I saw it's interesting that back in not just in the same year, but in the same month, two of my favorite artists, if not my two favorite artists, released new albums in March of this year. So one of them, well, they were to varying effect. The one that's going to come up later, I liked a little bit more, and we're going to get to that. But this one, the first one was Andrew McMahon in the Wilderness, who, if you're familiar with him, has gone by many names over the course of time. I'm actually not going to do anything from that new album, because the new album I just kind of felt indifference toward. I mean, there were a few songs that I liked from it, but I don't think they're going to do very well in this game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to, I guess technically now it's the very first song off of the first EP that he released under his current persona, but it was actually, back when it came out, it was actually in the interim, when he was done with his previous project, Jack's Mannequin, and it was before he was officially Andrew McMahon in the Wilderness. And he just went by Andrew McMahon when this EP originally released. I think you can still see it on the album art there. Nope, they corrected it. That's funny. But yeah, they went back in and like corrected it, peppered the in the wilderness in there to make it official. But this song's called Synesthesia, and I meant to look up the definition to get a refresher on it before this, and I didn't do that. Um, but I think the skin that we're picking is appropriate because synesthesia is like the song's gonna play with it a little bit. It's about like how your brain like I wish I could describe it a little bit better, but it's like confusing. I think it's confusing different senses, so like seeing colors with smells or something like that. And so the song is going to play with it a little bit. We have so many themes in here. Can I request songs? So what I'm doing tonight is kind of set in stone. I have specific songs that I'm using with specific themes, and I looked up who the skins were done by, so I can give credit to them. For future reference, you definitely can. I can make a note of them and put them down for next time, or maybe I know them, or maybe they'll come up tonight. Who knows? Um, so yeah, what we're going to do with this first one, if I can find, these tend to move around. Okay, so it's Prismatic Night. Raise Your Flag by Man with a Mission. Oh, Man with a Mission, like they did songs for some anime, right? Because like I remember they did a song for My Hero Academia, and then I look up. Yeah, their name kind of bothers me a little because everything I've seen of them, they're all wearing wolf masks. So like, why are you Man with a Mission if you're like never human? that I just find that funny. But yeah, okay, I could look into that. I think Merry Go Round is the one that I know, the one that they did for My Hero fairly recently. I don't think it was for this past season. I think it was the season before that, season 5. Did a song for Demon Slayer, Mobile Suit Gundam, Iron Blooded Orphans, and other. Okay, nice. I just watched. The Funimation app has a Flow concert where they perform all the songs they've done for anime over the years. And that's on the Funimation app, and I watched it earlier today. Finally, it's been in my queue the longest time, and that was really fun. That was a really good time. And it was set like a month or two before COVID-19 really took off back in 2020. So they were like already taking precautions and stuff for it, but the concert still happened, and it was crazy. Brings back memories. um, but yeah, so it's also interesting that like no Andrew McMahon songs made the cut last time because I think a month before I did that previous showcase, or maybe it was a year and a month, because it maybe was back in 2021 or maybe it was even 2020. I don't know. But I did actually go and see Andrew McMahon finally, and it was great. And the other artist who also released an album this year, I'm finally going to go see on Tuesday, and I'm very excited about that. But again, we're going to get to that. So this song is talking about confusing senses and like seeing colors and associating it with life events and things like that. So the theme I have, Prismatic Night, has a lot of color in it, a whole spectrum of color. It's all colorful and stuff. And it's just one of these overly detailed ones. And whenever we see an overly detailed skin like this, they're usually tied to the same person. And that person is Epicus Jones on Steam. They've done a few of these tonight. I think they did a couple that I did last time as well. So we can give credit to them. Definitely check their stuff out if you want some like overly detailed, crazy looking shit like what we're about to get into. Raise Your Flag is the song they did for Iron Blooded Orphans. Okay. Okay, good to know. There's a slight possibility I know it then. Because I did watch a little bit of that a while back. a while back, like when it was on Toonami. But yeah. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead into our first song. 20 minutes later. But this is Synesthesia by Andrew McMahon in the Wilderness, and we're playing on Prismatic Night by Epicus Jones. Let's check it out. And as a disclaimer, I am on high graphic settings for some later ones to show up correctly. Hopefully that doesn't put too much of a strain on my computer at this time. I've taken some precautions and X'd out of some extra things to hopefully alleviate that. I just recall it being an issue last time where at least one of the skins ended up kind of framey in the stream, and if that happens, I apologize for it. At least on my end, without streaming, everything runs decently well. But here we go.
I saw pictures from the space shuttle, North America at night. I could almost see my house, I could almost see the rest of my life. Now my mother's in the hospital, and my friends are in the news, collecting trophies for the songs they wrote when we lived in the shadow of the moon. Guess I never made a gold record, and I've never been to Mars. But I've traveled around this world shooting fireworks at falling stars. And my father's got a decent job, I hear he's finally pulling through. More life and singing songs we write when we are in the shadow of the moon. And I see colors when I hear your voice. Grab your wings and put gravity on trial. I see colors, I don't hear the noise, because we're only flying for a while. Because we're only flying for a while. I saw this picture of my knees twisting high above a narrow beam. And my brother looked so proud, like he woke up in this perfect dream. And I've known you all my life, but I knew you long before that too. Let's go dancing to the songs we wrote when we lived in the shadow of the moon. And I see colors when I hear your voice. Grab your wings and put gravity on trial. I see colors, I don't hear the noise. Sometimes we're only flying for a while. I could love you in the falling rain. Grab your things, this is a storm we're meant to ride. Like synesthesia, or a stalling plane. It's like we're only flying
Okay. So Fire Dragon said that was lagging the stream. Doesn't bode well for some things later, but we'll see how it ended up. And I'm the only person that's played this song because this game died a long time ago, I feel like. But I still like it. With all the workshop stuff and just like new songs keep coming out and I keep getting them and playing it, I could play this forever. But I just really like that song. That's probably still my favorite song currently under the Andrew McMahon in the Wilderness moniker. I just really like it. Yeah, hopefully the next one is a little bit simpler, and I think it will be. Oh, and you still haven't decided on getting another cat? Okay. If Twitch can't handle this game, you're gonna kill the stream. It's more my computer, if anything. It isn't even that hot or anything yet, I feel like, so... I don't know, I guess that one's a little more intensive than I thought. I don't know, it's just like... it's difficult to test because it runs perfectly fine when I'm just playing, and then apparently... Oh no, 1% more to stream stuff. It can't handle it. The same thing happened with like streaming Hypercharge and stuff back in the day as well. Which I should do again at some point, and I've actually heard there is new content coming for that game. I had to uninstall it temporarily to make room for some other things. And cough, Baldur's Gate 3, cough. But, which I'm not even playing, because there's so many fucking games this year. Not your computer, it's Twitch. I don't know about that. But I don't know. Yeah, Twitch has a lot going on. Too many people playing party animals tonight. Can't handle it. Rapid change of colors. Oh, do you think so? I mean, that would explain a lot of things, but also doesn't bode well for this game in general, because there's going to be a lot of that. That's kind of the whole thing that it does, is change colors. Okay. But hey, Fire Dragon, if you like anime songs, maybe you'll know this one. So I mentioned last time, I found this artist called Amelie. Actually, it should be in here. Yeah, there it is. I found this artist called Amelie who does covers of anime themes. Their stuff is on Spotify and also like iTunes, and I imagine anywhere else where you can listen to music. The neat thing is that her covers are in English, whether or not there is an English version of the original. And so last time what I did is I played her cover of Smile Bomb, the Yu Yu Hakusho theme. And I mentioned she also did one for the Paper Moon theme from Soul Eater that was a little more on the electronic side, and it was just a really cool way to change things up compared to how it's originally done. I think I didn't include it because I wanted to use that Coloricious glowing skin that I already used on like 5 songs last time. But I decided to include it this time and use a different skin that was also mentioned last time but I did not use. So we're going to do this with... It's down at the bottom, isn't it? There it is. The Mario Kart skin. It's this one's a little bit simpler and not as much color changing, so hopefully this one works a little bit better for you, Fire Dragon. So I've noticed that the skins will have different names in the game and in the workshop. So here it's Mario Kart, all one word. But on the workshop it comes up... Sorry, I have my list on a screen over here, so easy access, and so it's not another thing open on my computer. But on the workshop it comes up as Mario Kart Rainbow Road. And it was done by... Oh my gosh, this name is... kind of ridiculous. It's a ridiculous name and then a radio station for some reason. But it's... And I hope I'm not butchering this. Scragonculus 102.8 FM. They're the ones that did this. So we're going to do Paper Moon from Soul Eater as covered by Amelie, and we're doing the Rainbow Road Mario Kart skin by Scrogonculus 102.8 FM. I think I gotta say it like the radio station did. You're now listening to Scrogonculus 102.8 FM. Alright, there we go. I don't know why my score isn't there. I've played this before, but okay. Oh, Fire Dragon said he never watched Soul Eater. Oh, okay. Worth the shot. I've hit my anime quota for the stream. So, I would definitely recommend the first half of Soul Eater. The way things get resolved in like the second half is a little cringe, but just like the first half is like some of the best. Really good stuff. And I did want to mention, I am just playing on casual or mono. I think casual is like a slightly more difficult mono, which doesn't make sense. But I'm a musician myself, and like because I play like other music games, I'm just a very much I want to hit the notes kind of person, and so like doing the whole like color match stuff is just a little too much for me, and just like that's not I'm not trying to like show off my skills in this game or anything. I'm just showing off aesthetics. I'm just like showing a song that I like with a theme that I think works, and then just hitting the notes as I ride along the track. That's how I play the game, and that's the only way I want to play it. So that map didn't lag out. Also, how'd you not get motion sickness from that? I don't know. I'm just looking at a screen and not playing VR. No, VR, I get kind of like those VR games where you're like stationary and just looking around. I can play just fine, but if if you have to like move around in VR, it bothers me a lot. I haven't actually gotten sick from that, but I've started the feeling, like getting the sensation of just like, oh, I don't like this. I'm gonna throw up if I keep doing it. Let me stop now. So yeah. But I don't know, just looking at a screen and controlling it, I do generally okay. Alright, and now that I've sucked you in with 2 songs, how about a little country music? I just have one song. I know some people don't care for it. I just have one song. I think it works surprisingly well in the game, and it's country music, or as I like to call it, pop with an accent, because that's basically all it is at this point. But it's something I kind of have to be in the mood for, but I there's a good amount that I know, and I have a history with it. So quite a few songs I could pull from. This one is one of my absolute favorite country songs, though. Joel Nichols has been around a long time, I feel like. Has a history of great hits such as Tequila Makes Her Clothes Fall Off, which is an actual song. Look it up. But this one's really, really great. I want to say it's from around 2015-ish. Oh, cool. Fire Dragon grew up on country, same station on the radio, hearing the same 20 songs over and over and over again. Drove me insane. Oh, okay. I hope this isn't one of those songs. It's kind of an old one that's from like 2015, maybe 2016-ish. I was doing like some like delivery driving type job around that time, and I think that's when this song came up. And it's just really, really, really good. Really simple premise, but it's just really good stuff. Which is why I don't listen to country anymore, especially modern country where it's all love song. I like there's a surprising. So I know this isn't necessarily true, but country music kind of has like an honesty to it. Like every song feels like they're like spilling their emotional guts out for like everyone to hear. It's like a confession almost, each song. And that can come from grief, that can come from joy, like professing love for someone else, something like that. But also they have a method of writing their lyrics where like the like title or like the main word of the song can have like 2 different meanings over the course of the song. Like there's one I can give you an example. There's one called Whiskey Glasses. I think it's by Morgan Wallen. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. but it's called whiskey glasses. You assume like glasses filled with whiskey. But he kind of does like wordplay with it, where it also refers to like these glasses, so you can see the truth. And so just like playing with it like that. There's also Scotty McCreery's "Damn Straight," where it's just like a normal proclamation, but he's really like cursing George Strait because he can't listen to it anymore because it's what his former girlfriend used to like. If it was ever on The Wolf, I probs heard it. The country I grew up on was storytelling, like I've been watching you. Yeah, there's definitely storytelling stuff. Going back a while, I've always really liked I'm Already There by Lone Star. Was always really, really nice to me. I'm pretty sure that's the artist. And Just Another Day in Paradise, which is, I think, my actual favorite country song, but I can't remember the artist right now, and I'm sorry for that. And surprisingly, someone else is actually like consider the other two songs I just played perfectly suitable for this, but someone else has played this country song in here. I mean, this is a hit. It would be more surprising if they played something else off of this album, which I do actually have. I think I only have like 3 country albums, and this is one of them. The other 2 were physicals, and I still don't have an optical drive that works. And oh my, when I get an optical drive and I can rip my CDs onto here, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have so many more songs I wanna play. But I just have like digital stuff right now. Not joking. If I was to hop on radio right now and go to a country channel, it'd be a love song playing. I mean, probably, yeah. This is kind of that. I mean, how you define love song is kind of vague, I guess. This one's kind of like a relationship forming, just like meeting someone at a bar, and just like you may not agree with them, but you want to do stuff with them, so it's just like, yeah, let's do that. It's like you know that Jim Carrey movie Yes Man? It's like that, but a country song. I like just thought of that off the top of my head, but that's literally what's going to happen. But I just really, really like this song. It's really great. And hopefully you will too. So for a theme, I have these Age of Metal themes. Unfortunately, won't be playing any actual metal tonight. I have a couple things that may be considered metal adjacent, depending on your definition. But I feel like these fit fairly well. So there's actually 2 variations. There's this ice. The one we're going to use right now, I guess I'll save the other one. We're going to do the iced edition. So it's obviously cooler colors. And yeah, I feel like it just works. Your vehicle riding along is a motorcycle, which isn't a truck, unfortunately, but it's closer. I miss early to late 2000s country music. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I found recent stuff to like as well, but yeah, it was fun back then. And then this skin was by. Their name is Gingerbread. It actually says it right there in the game. They don't always say that. I remember seeing that, but not sure. Also, these names, by the way, I should have mentioned that. I did, like, just before starting the stream, I went in and looked up all the names. So unless they changed their name in, like, the past 2 or 3 hours, these are the names as they are on Steam at the moment. However well that ages when it's a video on YouTube and stuff like that. But I've tried to make these names as up to date as I possibly could. But Gingerbread is actually their name. The Steam name has like hyphens and underscores around it, but it's still Gingerbread. If you look up Age of Metal, you'll find it. If you like these enough. Personally, I think the one we're going to use later maybe looks a little bit better, but if you like ice-themed stuff, this one's a little bit better for that, obviously. So we're going to play Yeah by Joe Nichols on the Age of Metal Iced theme by Gingerbread. Let's do it. And I'm going to take a drink. This skin's pretty simple too, so I think we should be okay again.
Another night in a hayfield till she climbed down off of them pole wheels, yeah. As soon as that sundress hit the headlights, every tailgate way out there was like, yeah. She started walking over to me like she already knew me. She sat down right beside me and asked if I was here alone. And I said, yeah, like I was nodding right along to a song on the radio, yeah. Girl, how could I say no? Whatever you're drinking, that's what I'm drinking. Girl, you're calling the shots tonight. Whatever you're thinking, that's what I'm thinking. Tell me what you got in mind so I can say, yeah. She brought me a cup and I tried it. A little fruity, but she asked if I liked it. So I said yeah. Then she played me some band on her iPod. Kinda hit me and I thought, no. But I said, yeah. She said, you wanna take a walk to the river, maybe cool off. She said, I know a good spot. And then she took my hand and I said, yeah. Like I was nodding right along to a song on the radio, yeah. Girl, how could I say no? Whatever you're drinking, that's what I'm drinking. Girl, you're calling the shots tonight. Whatever you're thinking, that's what I'm thinking. Tell me what you got in mind so I can say yeah. A little later under that full moon, I didn't want the night to end too soon. I said it's getting late, do you need to go? She said no. I was like, yeah. Like I was nodding right along to a song on the radio, yeah. Girl, if you say so, whatever you're drinking, that's what I'm drinking. Girl, you're calling the shots tonight. Whatever you're thinking, that's what I'm thinking. Tell me what you got in mind so I can say yeah.
Miss a lot of good things from my childhood. Now it's all ruined. Aw. Oh, you have heard the song before. Okay. It's played on the Wolf. Okay. Yeah, well, wasn't sure of the time frame, but yeah, I guess it's old enough. But yeah, I just really, really like that song, and I just like the song. The song's all about yeah, and then the one time he says no, it just like really breaks down for a second, and it's a big deal. I just really love that. And the stuff like whatever you're drinking, that's what I'm drinking. You're calling the shots. The country lyrics can be like surprisingly clever a lot of the time. They're a lot of fun. Oh man, if I could rip my CDs, I'd definitely get some like Old Dominion in here. I've got some Thomas Rhett as well. He has a song that's just literally an EDM song, even though it's on a country album. It's kind of crazy. But I would definitely play those. And I still hope to get an optical drive in the future so I can actually rip my CDs again and do that, because there are so many songs I remember doing that with in the past and remember being really, really good that I would love to showcase. I just don't have that because they stopped including those in computers, which is unfortunate. This digital-only world. And I'm a physical girl. Alright. No coloratura. No coloratura. We're not doing that. Yet. Okay. So that's our country quota. We got that out of the way. So we got anime out of the way. We got country out of the way. Now it's time to hit our Owl City quota. I don't care if you like them or not. You're gonna like them. You bet your bottom dollar. And they're the other artist that released an album this year, and I got much more enjoyment out of this album than the Andrew McMahon album. And I am finally going to see Owl City on Tuesday, when they have been one of my favorites since like 2008. So that's very exciting. I surprisingly didn't do any actual Owl City songs last time, come to think of it. I think I had an EDM song from another artist that featured Adam Young. And then I had an Owl City remix of All Star, which would have been a little more poignant now, considering we actually lost the singer of Smash Mouth. The same frickin' extended weekend that Jimmy Buffett died. Like, man. Lost them both in the same weekend. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, anyway. No actual Owl City last time. I am going to rectify that. I'm just doing 2, though, so we're not overwhelming. Let's see. Bakugan, Teen Titans, Beyblade, Total Drama Island, it's all right. Yeah, I don't know how they ruined Bakugan or Beyblade, but I definitely understand the other two. Like Teen Titans Go just makes me depressed every time I look at it. Oh man, never forget what they took from us. Never forget. Hell, they ruined Thundercats. Yeah, they did that Thundercat. Yeah. I remember seeing what they were trying to do with that. Yeah, it's a shame. I don't know what Cartoon Network's doing right now, man. Just give the reins to Adult Swim all day. They can just play old Cartoon Network stuff. They can just do the checkered past all day, and then when it gets to night, just do actual Adult Swim. That would be so nice. Or just do Adult Swim all the time. And just have old Cartoon Network stuff as part of the program. But yeah, they just keep like trying to reboot all these old shows, and I'm just kind of sick of it. Watch the first episode of OG Bakugan, then look at the remake's first episode. Oh boy. Alright, anyway. So I've got 2 Owl City songs tonight that we're going to do. The first one is a slightly older one, so it's not from the album that came out earlier this year. It's from the album before that, Cinematic, which was released back in 2018. This is from that, yeah, and then back then a few people were still playing, and this is the kind of artist that people would play in there. But on the whole, Cinematic was just like a really big deal for Owl City. He had a couple of albums before that were just kind of, that's alright, I guess. One of them, I'm pretty sure he openly admitted to being like a kind of sellout album and like just trying to make hits to get more album sales or like the record company forced him to do that or something like that. The one after that was better. But then this one is like really, really great. It's a very personal album, talking like a lot of personal stories from his life and things like that. This one is one of I'd say one of the simpler songs from the album in terms of like the subject matter and melody and all that, but it's just really, really stuck with me, and it's one of my favorite Owl City tracks. I think there's never a time I don't think where I don't want to listen to the song. I'm always in the mood for it. It's just so nice. And I'm pretty sure it makes a reference to An American Tail, which is always a plus. And I know based on his more recent stuff, because I think like half of the new album is a bunch of movie references, and this one was called Cinematic. I don't think it's out of the question for that to be the case. I had a listener, Smar, chiming in, yes, Cinematic is a great album. Hello, Smar. You're here just in time for Owl City. I know Smar is an Owl City fan as well. But I don't know if he heard that I'm actually going to see them on Tuesday. They're 2 hours away on a fucking weeknight, which should be illegal, but you know. That deterred me last time. Last time that I know of that they were here, it was the tour for this album, and I should have gone, but it was the same distance away on a Wednesday night, and I was like, no. But apparently he's just never going to play on a weekend, so I'm going. I already have PTO off for the day after, and so it's fine. It's all good. I'm going to go see him, and it's going to be great. And then I'm also hopefully going to see another artist that I'm going to have a song for later, in a month or two. And then I think the only one of my favorite artists that I haven't seen is probably Five for Fighting. Because I've seen, going back a bit, but I've seen Coldplay, I've seen Andrew McMahon, I've seen Jimmy Buffett, I saw Porter Robinson DJ set, so that counts. I'm sure there's some that I'm forgetting. But yeah, I've seen a lot of my favorite artists, and Owl City's been a favorite for a long time, and I've gone a criminally long amount of time without actually seeing them in a concert. So I'm rectifying that. For the theme this time, I was really torn. I think this dusk theme technically fits a little bit better, but I think it's a default to the game, but I could be wrong on that. But I didn't want to use it for that reason. I found something pretty close, and that is slightly more colorful. I think they updated it a while back, though. Let me find it first. Okay, Mountain Highway is what we're doing. I think they updated it because normally on the corkscrews or the loops, the track wouldn't be there, so it was just kind of like you were lifting off the road and going into the sky, which I kind of liked a little bit better and kind of fits Owl City pretty well. But when I replayed it recently to test it, I think they updated it because the road is back for the loops. But oh well. So we're still gonna do it. We're gonna do Mountain Highway, and this skin is done by Rogal Dorn. That's ROGAL space DORN. And like when I typed that into a Word document, it didn't say any of it was misspelled. So that maybe it's someone's actual name or something. But it seems weird to me. But maybe I just didn't watch the right stuff. But so we're gonna do New York City by Owl City. And the skin is Mountain Highway, which was made by Rogal Dorn. Here we go. Hope you like it. Taste the rainbow. Side note, real quick. because that's the Skittles flavored C4. If you didn't hear me earlier, my favorite Skittles commercial is the one with Skittles Pox, where they're like behind under the bleachers or something. It's like, I have Skittles Pox. She like takes one off and eats it, and then she has it, and she's like, "Are they contagious?" And the boy's like, "I don't think so." And then it says, "Contract the rainbow, taste the rain." I always love that. I think there was it a Skittles ad that did the Steven Tyler Super Bowl commercial where they made like, yeah, it's because he had a Skittles portrait, and then he says something like, "That's A to the Z to the twiddly disgusting." Someone actually said that. Okay, anyway, side note over. I don't know why it's so zoomed out to start with.
I'm digging through the glove box. I thought I had a map in here. The driver's door doesn't lock. I bought the car my junior year. There's candy in my backpack, and you can pick our soundtrack. We're heading for the East Coast tonight, so pack your bags and hold on tight, 'cause we're taking off. We're taking off. Feet up on the dashboard. We're driving with the windows down. Did you forget your phone cord? We'll buy one in the next small town. Get dinner at an IHOP. A shower at a truck stop. We'll listen to some Johnny Cash. Take my hand and don't look back, 'cause we're moving on. We're moving on. City, take my hand and see Manhattan never looks so pretty. Travel light and see the world right. You never know if you never go, so run away with me. Stroll the midtown streets and tell me that you don't feel giddy. Lady Liberty ain't throwing us a wink, or is she? Travel go, so run away with me and say hello to New York City. Say hello to New York City. Say hello to New York City.
Wait, C4 plastic explosive has flavor? The fuck? Yes, I appreciate the joke. They call it C4 because it has explosive flavor. I suppose it's a better name than fucking Liquid Death. Like, who wants to drink Liquid Death? Why would you call it that? I don't understand. Okay. But yeah, that's New York City. Absolutely love that song. And this is making me realize I really don't listen to music in a headset as much as I probably should. Because especially that Paper Moon track a while back, it sounded really good in a head. I don't think I ever listened to it in a headset before. And just, man, it was pretty nice. Looking forward to some other songs later as well. But yeah, that I just absolutely love that one. It's one of the simpler ones, but it just sounds so nice. I'm always in the mood for it. It's a banger. All right. Can you guess my age by what I told you? Didn't you say in a previous stream that you're like 19? I think you mentioned that. I hate to cheat like that, but I'm pretty sure you mentioned it. All right. So the only other Owl City song I'm doing tonight is a new song from the new album, Coco Moon. The new album is so fun. Lots of movie references and things. There's a lot of cool songs in it. This song I kind of, I guess, overlooked initially, for lack of a better term. But it's just really, really grown on me more than the others, I think. I think this is going to become like this album's version of New York City, where I'm just like always in the mood for it, and it's like a total like this is the kind of song where like I don't care who you are, this song is a ton of fun and everyone should jam out to it because it's just so fun. And it's called Learn How to Surf, and so we gotta have a skin that gives us a surfing effect. So we have one in the game, it's just called Ocean, but if you want it on the workshop, it's called Ocean Surf, which is why I grabbed it initially. I think I was searching for surf because like I needed something for the song, and that came up. I was like, perfect. Like you even look at it, it's kind of replicating the ocean watercolor and all that. But this is by Gordon Freeman? No, they're just called Gordon. When I was a little boy, Beyblade Metal Fusion was new. I don't know. I don't know enough about Beyblade to know like when that came out. Did I just get another follower? Oh, I got another follower. We got Sky with 2 Ys 3599. Thanks so much for the follow. Like in Audiosurf stuff, I see you're a man or woman or otherwise of culture as well. Okay. But yeah, this is a really fun song from the new album, and I really hope I get to see him play it in person on Tuesday night. It's going to be exciting. So we're going to do Learn How to Surf by Owl City on the Ocean skin, which on the workshop is called Ocean Surf, and it's by Gordon. Thanks so much, Gordon. This was just what I was looking for. And I'm pretty sure Owl City, or Adam, we can just call him Adam, would be proud. It's a beautiful sunny day, ocean colors. And some sick waves. Here we go. Hope you like it.
I spent the summer in Santa Cruz, and I met a blonde on the beach with lots of quirky tattoos. She had that old movie quote, "We're gonna need a bigger boat." 2 tiny waves on her toes and turtle tracks on her collarbones. I asked her what they meant, and this is what she said. You gotta go with the flow, 'cause the tides always turn, and sink or swim, diving in is the best way to learn. Kick up the sand, 'cause your tan proves you live through the burn. And when you wipe out, it's gonna hurt. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn how to surf. And by the way, it's okay, it could always be worse. Yeah, when you wipe out, it's gonna hurt. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn how to surf. I met a blonde on the beach with lots of quirky tattoos. She had a shark on her arm, a pirate shredding the gnar, an octopus wearing shades, and seagull wings on her shoulder blades. I asked her what they meant, and this is what she said. You gotta go with the flow, 'cause the tides always turn, and sink or swim, diving in is the best way to learn. Kick up the sand, 'cause your tan proves you live through the burn. And when you wipe out, it's gonna hurt. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn how to surf. And by the way, it's okay, it could always be worse. Yeah, when you wipe out, it's gonna hurt. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn how to surf. Go with the flow. Then she said, when you're sad and you feel alone, write 'em down, all your worries and woes. Then fold 'em up, cork it shut, and let that bottle go, and set your troubles afloat. She told me, hey, seize the day, know the ocean by heart. And if it don't, float your boat, learn to swim with the sharks. Kick up the sand, 'cause your tan proves you live through the burn. And when you wipe out, it's gonna hurt. You can't stop the waves. Yeah, when you wipe out, it's gonna hurt. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn how to surf. Yeah. And by the way, it's okay, it could always be worse. Yeah, when you wipe out, it's gonna hurt. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn how to surf.
Ah. Fuck you if you don't like that song. I'm sorry, but the lyrics are cheesy, but that's his brand. He has like stuff from like the same album that had Fireflies back in 2008 has a few I won't say shitty, but like a few cheesy songs just like that. So like as soon as I heard it, I was like, oh yeah, that's Owl City right there. Recommend. But yeah. Oh god, it's so fun. Like I like to think I haven't been making a lot of progress on this in recent months, but one day, aspiring to be a DJ or like MC or like whatever the term is for like doing like concerts as an electronic artist. And just I know in some sets, like some popular electronic artists will like pepper in other songs for the mix or just like hype, and that would be one of the songs I would like pepper in because it's just like hot, super high energy, get everyone to jam out to it. And I like to think, in a way, me playing this right now, I'm kind of like a DJ, maybe more in like the radio sense, where like here's this next song and just stay tuned to Stay tuned to Scrogunculus 102.8 FM. But I'm choosing songs that I vibe with, but the hope is that hopefully you vibe with too, and or get something out of. You get something out of the song, the theme, or the combination, and see what I'm going for there. Home is a boxcar, and it's so far out of reach, hidden under Umbrella Beach. There's that. That one's actually more reasonable. I'm thinking more along the lines of, like, if you remember Dental Care, or there was a bonus track called Rugs From Me to You, which was about losing your hair and opening up a wig shop. And it just has so many puns in it, and it's just so funny. I love that stuff. It's just kind of like... I don't, it just brings me so much happiness, like Owl City, just be like, someone out there has a record label and their songs are just a bunch of dad jokes. It's great. And just like the actual hit off the album, Vitamin C, but it's not the letter C, it's SEA, because he wants to go to Hawaii to see the ocean. That's the hit on the album, and it's all a bunch of like wordplay and dad jokes like that. It's so great. I love it. He's definitely going to play that, but I hope he plays Learn How to Surf, because that one stuck with me a little more and is a little more hype to me personally. But yeah, anyway. So there's that. That album came out in March of this year, and it's called Coco Moon, if you want to look into it. Just really, really, really cool stuff. It still has some personal stuff to it, but it has some other songs like Kelly Time that are just references to movies, so it makes it a little unreliable narratory. And just like which of these songs are drawing from personal experience and which of these are just movie references. But I listened to the album and I got it. I loved it. It was more of the same. He's out there doing the stuff that he wants to do at this point. Doesn't care what anyone says. It's great. It's great. But so that started in March of this year. We're gonna back up a teeny bit. We're gonna go back to Owl City's electronic, depending on your definition. I think like synth pop or something like that is the official genre. Genres are so fucked these days. I don't even attempt to know what I'm talking about. I say after mentioning a few genres over the course of the stream, but oh my gosh, they're just so confusing. There's like I heard something about there's something like 25 subgenres to EDM alone, and just it's too much. They're getting so confused. Where did my cursor go? This happens sometimes. I'll just use my mouse, I guess. Okay. So, yes, that's what we're doing next. Okay, so this happened after the previous Audiosurf showcase, but last year I went to part of the reason, backing up a little bit, part of the reason why I want to do like electronic music now when it wasn't necessarily something I was looking into before is I went to Decadence for New Year's last year, which is this huge electronic music festival they do for New Year's Eve in Denver, Colorado, and a lot of big artists were there because it's a huge deal. Like, this company puts on 2 events in Colorado per year. They have Global Dance, which is a summer thing, and then for winter they do the Decadence New Year's Festival. But it's a huge thing. There's 2 stages, 2 massive stages, and just like a ridiculous amount of people were there. And I'm pretty sure I got COVID after it because of that, because I didn't take precautions. But it was a magical experience, and just like I luckily had a brand new phone at the time, so I took like really good footage, and just like I have this sweeping shot of just one of the stages and just a ridiculous amount of people there, and I've shown it to like all the people I show it to. They're like, "Holy crap!" But just like huge names were there. You would know like Cascade, Grizz. The reasons I went, Jai Wolf and Porter Robinson were there. Well, I also went for Grizz. Grizz was crazy. Who else was there? LS Dream, which is big in other spaces, but not necessarily with me. There was someone else big that I'm forgetting. San Holo was there. Dylan Francis. I'm still forgetting someone. Flume was there. I'm still forgetting someone. Zed's Dead was there as well. He's pretty big. But yeah, huge names. Huge names there is the point I'm trying to get across. And it was a magical experience. And to start that off, because they have two stages, but the closer one when you walk in, and the one I ended up staying at the beginning, the first night, because it's a 2-night thing. The first night, this artist, Cloud None, was there. Now, this isn't necessarily their song entirely. It's a song that they were like featured on, or they're partnered with. I think it's first and foremost a Mazare song, who was not there. But based on what was played, I think I know what parts Cloud None had in this. But this wasn't the first song they played that night, but they played this song that I'm about to play, and it just jumped out at me and was like the first iconic moment of my Decadence experience last year. And it's just a really cool song. I've looked more into both of these artists after the fact. And ironically, it's going to be another Mazare song that I play after this, and not another Cloud None. But Cloud None is very nice. If you like along the lines of like Owl City and maybe like Porter Robinson, you may like them. A lot of their drops are kind of like really mellow and nice, which is why some of their stuff doesn't necessarily work in this game per se. I didn't get a whole lot of their stuff, but I really wanted to play this one because of what it means to me, and it's just a really cool song that stuck with me. Alright, story time's over. Sorry about that. I said I was going to try and talk less because I know that's the main reason why these take a while, and we're only on... we're on song number 6 out of 15. We're making progress. Would be nicer if we were just an hour in and not an hour and a half in, though. That doesn't bode too well. If this takes the same amount of time as 25 songs did last time, I'm going to be a little upset. But anyway, what we are doing... Yes, we're doing this one, Electrica. And remember what I mentioned, that Prismatic Night skin, and any skin that is overly detailed and crazy looking, it's going to be by the same person, Epicus Jones. They did this one too. And this one's really nice. It just has this almost heavenly glow throughout it the whole time. Doesn't change that much in terms of brightness or color palette. It does it a little bit with the blocks or the notes, for lack of a better term, but I don't know. That would bother me for some other songs, but for this one it doesn't bother me that much. There's always this kind of like heavenly note, like undertone going throughout this song. You may see what I'm talking about, you may not. So I guess it's kind of a continuation or an expression of that. But anyway, we're going to do Promises by Mazare. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Mazare doesn't sound right. So Mazare and Cloud None on the Electrica skin that was made by Epicus Jones. Hope you like it. Oh, and it welcomes us. How nice.
Clouds keep hanging over my head. I've tried to run, but I've got nothing left. A single ray of hope is all I need. That's when I remembered the words you spoke to me. I'm a seed lost in the cracks between the pavement, but your promise is unchanged. And I could try to hide in the shelter of my placement, but your promise is the rain. I'm a seed lost in the cracks between the pavement, but your promise is unchanged. And I could try to hide in the shelter of my placement, but you remind me that your promise is the rain. Sorrow's raining over my bed. I've tried to hide, these tears keep coming back. I've given everything that's left in me, and yet I remember the words you spoke to me. I'm adrift with just a raft in endless ocean. I'm trying to catch my break, and you're an island that I'm dying to crash into, and your promise is the waves. I'm adrift with just a raft in endless ocean. I'm trying to catch my break, and you're an island that I'm dying to crash into. But you remind me, the promise is the waves.
Really nice stuff. Yeah, those verses just really jump out at me. They're so nice. Um, and so, having listened to both, having listened to some more tracks from both of the artists, I think and based on how Cloud None actually played the song live at that concert at that festival. I think I know what parts were Cloud None and what parts were Mazare. So when Cloud None played the song at Decadence, he only used the first drop both times. So I think the first drop was his. The one with the slower beat. And so that's how that was my first impression of the song and how I got to know the song, because he did that both times. And so it was basically played normally because both of the verses were there, and the two drops are the same, was basically how it was played. Also, I'm pretty sure the vocals are edited and stylized like, or mixed and stylized, sorry, the way that Cloud None does them. So I think they're Cloud Nune's vocals as well. Now, I think that second drop is Mazare's, because I've listened to some other Mazare songs, and we're actually going to do another Mazare song where you're going to see where I'm coming from. He kind of likes the faster drops like that. Because the next one we're doing has a drop that's actually pretty similar to that one, I feel like. All right. And, oh, that's New York City again. Okay. So this song came after the fact. It's a lot more recent. I forget exactly when it came out. You think you're going to call it after the next song when you sleep? App doesn't seem to like Twitch. Plus, I got a... Oh, okay, Smar. I'll try to be quick for you. You'll miss some of the same artists as before, but hopefully you come back, check the vid out at a later time, and if the audio is blocked, I'll do one to edit down and show just to showcase everything without issues like I did before. So it'll be around in some form for you. But this song came out after the fact, so when I was a little more familiar with. Well, I don't know if I was all that more familiar with Mazare, but like I saw this came out, gave it a try, and I really liked it. But it's far after the fact. I want to say it was like May of this year that this song came out, so it's fairly new. But it's left a strong impression. This is another song I think I would use for hype and stuff too. It's just got a really cool drop to it, and the verses are really great too. It's just great, right? And he's got another vocalist this time around, and you'll see that the drops sound a lot like the second drop in the Promises song that we just played. It was surprisingly difficult finding a skin that I actually liked for this song. I found one I could tolerate. We're going to show it off. Which one is it again? Ah, okay, yeah, kind of an unexpected place here. I think I've lost this one a couple times. Where are you? Ah, you're up here, okay. Yeah, some of them move around in that menu and some don't. It's really really confusing. But yeah, this one's called Neon Colors. It's so last time I used a skin called Coloricious Glowing, and I mentioned it's the one basically my default skin for the game now. Because I use it that much. This one might replace it. That's how good it is. Imagine if you remember that Coloricious Glowing skin, imagine that, but with kind of that wave effect that the Learn How to Surf ocean skin that we used is doing. And that's kind of what you're getting here. It's kind of crazy and awesome that it's doing both, and hopefully it isn't too much for the system. But yeah, so this one's by Virus, and all of it is capitalized except the I. So lowercase I, all the other letters capitalized. And it's Neon Colors, all one word. I think in the workshop it's still one word, but the C might be capitalized. I don't know. It's close enough. But we're going to do Stay by Mazare and Josh Rubin on Neon Colors by Virus. Hope you like it.
Say what you wanna say. What's written on your face? Why do you try to hide? Why do you try to hide? I'll show you all of me. Who's running from the pain? Just tell me that you'll try. What's gonna change your mind? I know that it's hard sometimes, but I'm gonna take the time. We're getting closer. Don't let this moment just slip by. Stay for a while, I'll be here. Don't let this moment just slip by. Stay for a while, I'll be here. Don't let this moment just slip by. Take what you wanna take. I'll give you everything. I've got the most to lose. Blame me for my mistakes. I promise I can change. Right now I'm yours to choose. What's gonna change your mind? I know that it's hard sometimes, but I'm gonna take the time. We're getting closer. Don't let this moment just slip by. Stay for a while, I'll be here. Don't let this moment just slip by. Stay for a while, I'll be here. Don't let this moment just slip by. Stay for a while, I'll be here. Don't let this moment just slip by. Stay for a while, I'll be here. Don't let this moment just slip by.
Oh, man. Oh, man. That song is so, so good. We have... Oh, the X-Perry Mentor. I don't think you've been in the chat before. Hello. So what I'm doing tonight, so they asked if they can request songs. What I'm doing tonight is kind of specific, showcase. I've paired specific songs with like fitting themes from the Steam Workshop. And so with like requesting songs, there's a bit of preparation. I'd have to like get the song somehow, because like I can't just take things from Spotify or anything to play, to my knowledge, and like the YouTube feature doesn't work anymore. and hasn't for a long time. And then we need to find like a fitting theme and stuff. So I'm unfortunately not doing requests at the moment. If you have a specific song, it's quite possible I may do this again. I can maybe look into it if you want to mention it. Or under some crazy circumstance, maybe I've already played it or it's coming up later. Oh, but man, I really, really love that song. And that theme is so cool. It got that wave effect on the sides, and then I love the huge splash. It's almost like a Northern Lights effect on the sides when it gets crazy, and just, oh man, it's so great. Oh, it's a YouTube link. Okay, I've got my chat open here. Ah, okay. All right, we'll do it this way. So they recommended. Hopefully the angle and everything's right in that. But yeah, interesting. Okay. That's the crystal method. I might be confusing that, but it would be interesting if that's who I think that is. At least radio mode is working? Is it? Current mode. Wait a minute. I I like never go in here. Is that what happened? Did they put it behind a separate mode? I don't know. I have some crazy things in here, like there's DDR, and they have a Guitar Hero mode where it's unfortunately can't be bound with gamepad buttons, but like the keyboard stuff, I find it fun. But yeah, I mostly just play this in casual. I don't see. Oh, audio? No. Dodge everything. Keeps buffering. Yeah, because they used to have. Once upon a time, they had an option where just like they would have YouTube integration, and they would have like weekly YouTube playlists or something that you could pull from, and that was cool. That was really great. That's a reason to keep coming back. But due to some issues or something, I think it had to be taken down if they got it to work again somehow. I think there's like a Steam guide or something to get it to work again, which is cool, but that would probably be an easier way to get some of the music as well. But yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, multiple people making requests tonight, which is interesting. Thought you were using YouTube patch. Oh no. Oh, did you think my camera was a YouTube video? Oh, I think it's I think it's like where I even have it in the corner of the screen is like where it would normally be too. I think I kind of did that on accident. That's funny. But no, that's my camera. And I was very passionately singing along and vibing. So if the timing was right, then I guess you could have confused it for a YouTube video while going. That's fun. That's interesting. But yeah, this is cool. Getting some new people, getting some song requests. That's where I forgot the word requests temporarily. That was interesting. Okay. I need to move along here because we're only about halfway through the list here. Almost immediately had to switch to radio. Okay. So we're... Alright. Do you guys like the 1975? A band that I have a feeling is going to be the reason why this video gets copyright blocked on YouTube. If it wasn't for the Joe Nichols song earlier. Some of those more traditional artists, I feel, do it sometimes. Because last time one of them was State Champs. They did not like me using their song. And then the other one was the Owl City remix of All Star, and I'm not sure it was because it's a Smash Mouth song or because it's an Owl City song. If it's because of Smash Mouth, then we're good. If it's because of Owl City, then we're going to have a problem, because I just played 2 of those. Fire Dragon's never heard of the 1975. Too much time on the country station. If I these days I almost exclusively listen to the local alternative station when I listen to radio, and the 1975 are always there. They have their most recent album, which is from last year, I think, and where these songs I'm going to be playing are from. They went a more like traditional route with their sounds and stuff. It's almost like their version of Daft Punk's Random Access Memories, I feel like. It's just like, it's kind of more authentic, more toned down in some cases, but then they have some other songs that sound like their usual stuff. So I don't know. I did get the whole album, but I haven't listened to the whole thing yet. So it's quite possible I might come back and do more songs from this album. But tonight we're doing just the hits, or the 3 hits that I know of. And so where is my... I usually don't advocate for cursor menus in games, but that would really help in this one, because you normally have to use the D-pad with a controller, but sometimes it just doesn't work on some menus, whereas if I had a cursor, I could just go over to the section that isn't responding, and it would work so much better. But you always have the mouse to fall back on, so... Dude, country made me go insane listening to the same fucking song over and over and over. Well... It's okay, Fire Dragon. There's no more country tonight. It can't hurt you anymore. You're free. Alright, so here they are. These aren't necessarily going to be in the order that I heard them, but they're in the order of the album, which oddly enough, the 3 hits I know of are right smack dab in the middle of the album, one after another. They're just all there together, which is cool, I guess. But yeah, so this was the first one that I heard, though, part of the band. It's a really different sound to me compared to most 1975 tracks, and it's just really, really cool, really good sound. Not necessarily suited for this game, I feel like, but still interesting enough to show off, I think. This was one I probably could have removed from the playlist if I really wanted to, and was going to just test things tonight like I was originally going to, instead of just going all in. But I really wanted to do the stream. And for like the album artwork and stuff for this recent album, they're doing a whole black and white motif, so no color. And so I found some themes to go along with that. And this first one is actually pretty cool. If I can find it, there's one of them. We'll come back to that. Here it is. BMW, not the car, unfortunately. But the cool thing about this one is it has, I think they said 50 different background portraits that it uses and alternates between. Unfortunately, it doesn't do it during the song, which would be really cool, but just like every time you play it and use it could potentially be a different picture back there, and I think that's cool. We may, hopefully the RNG gods are with us and we get a cool picture right off the bat. If not, or if I think we can do better, I may reload it a couple times. But this one isn't very intensive or flashy, but the song isn't really either, so it kind of works. The novelty of the different backgrounds was kind of enough. This one was made by Dark Elf Vampire. That's all one word, and then the D in dark, E in elf, and V in vampire capitalized. And it just goes by B and W for black and white. And we're going to do Part of the Band by the 1975 on here. Here we go. A dice? I think we can do better. Hey, we're in space. All right.
She was part of the Air Force, I was part of the band. I always used to burst into my hand. And my imagination. I was living my best life, living my parents' way before the pain, penance, and verbal propellants. And my cancellation. Oh, yeah. With a boy, it was kinda lame. I was Rambo and he was Paul Verlaine. And my imagination. So many cringes and heroin binges. I was coming off the hinges, living on the fringes of my imagination. Oh yeah. Enough about me now. Gotta talk about the people, baby.
So that's kind of the idea.
At home somewhere I don't like, eating stuff far from motorbikes, coming to her the lights. I can't get the language right. Just tell me what some lady like. Some vaccinista, toe bag chic baristas, sitting east on the communist keisters, writing about their ejaculations. I like my men like I like my coffee, full of soy milk and so sweet it won't offend anybody while staying in the pages of the nation. Xanax and a Newport. Well, I take care of my kids, she said. The worst inside of us begins to feel on the internet. It's like someone telling a diamond in the rough begins, a diamond in the scruff again.
Yeah, pretty mellow track. But I just really love the instrumentals, like the strings in the background of the verses, and just like brings the saxophone and stuff in toward the end. It's just super nice, especially in a headset where you get all the different bits and pieces there. Very nice. Ooh, no monsters. Tiller Stromboli. All right, man. But yeah, if that was too toned down for you and you need to wake up again, I got you covered. Because these next two are really upbeat. And then God damn it, cursor. All right. Whereas that one sounds really out of the ordinary for a 1975 song, at least to me. This one probably sounds the most like their usual stuff, but it's still really good. Like so good. And chronologically on the album, this is the next one on the album. But to me, it's the most recent one that I know. So it's a little weird to me because of that. Okay. What time is it, by the way? It's only 10. Okay. All right. So, and I got another black and white skin to keep with their motif. This one's called Blackout. It's kind of the basic. It's kind of like how Color is Just Glowing would look if it was just in black and white. It's kind of the vibe I get. So it's not too fancy, but we're keeping it black and white for respect for the album and that style that they're sticking to. And this was made by 849. Their name is just numbers. 849. They made the Blackout skin. And we're doing Oh Caroline by the 1975. Here we go. And I'm sorry I'm not singing along as passionately with these. I may do it with the next one, but I don't know the lyrics as well for these yet.
Suicidal, you've been gone for weeks. If I'm undecided, you decide for me. Baby, I'll do anything that you wanna. I'll try anything that you wanna. I'll try, 'cause you're on my mind. Oh, Caroline, I wanna get it right this time. 'Cause you're always on my mind. Oh, Caroline, suicidal, it's honestly not for me. I'm getting on my
Mm. Oh man, it's just so good. Oh my gosh, so fucking catchy, and just like again with in a headset, there's a bass lick during the chorus that I don't get to hear normally, and it's really nice. But just all the instrumentals in that are so good. I really wish, the one problem I have with it is I wish they would continue the chorus at the end like they do after the second verse. It really feels weird not doing it there. Because that's like my favorite part, the second part of the chorus after the first verse, the "oh yeah, I've got to find," or whatever he says there. It was so good. All right. But if you've had enough of black and white, it's time to inject a little bit more color back into things, just just a little bit. All right, and then this is the last of the three in terms of the album, but this was the second hit that I was aware of. So the order for me went Part of the Band, this one, and then Oh Caroline. But that's just like the order that I heard them on the radio or whatever, and who knows. So, but this one is so catchy it should be illegal. This one's probably my favorite of the three, but they're all super good, and I have really high hopes for this album because of it, which is why I got the whole thing. And I'm looking forward to listening to that. But all three of these songs are absolute bangers. But this one probably stuck with me the longest. And yeah, if any of the three are suitable for injecting a little more color into things, it's just like really optimistic. I'm in love with you, which makes up about like 50% of the lyrics, I think. You'll see. But for this one, this was actually an older skin that I had for a while. If I can find it. Yep, there it is. This was a skin I had for a while and decided to try out for this, and it just looks super sleek and crisp. Like it's gonna be a new favorite. I don't know if I can use it all the time, because I like the color variations and stuff with a lot of songs, but this one's really nice, and I need to find more reasons to use this. I also wanted to mention I'm not reusing a single skin tonight from the previous showcase. These are all new skins that I either had before and didn't use, or I got for these songs, or I got more recently to experiment with. So I'm not. So these are all brand new. I have, well, not 25 because I reused a few, but I have a lot of other skins that I used in the previous showcase. So if you see some in there that look interesting, there's a good chance I used them in the previous showcase, and that's on YouTube if you want to check that out. At least a condensed version that I edited down and muted all the songs for so I wouldn't get copyright flagged. But you can see what the themes look like and everything, and it still has that label at the bottom so you can see what the combination is, and I explain it all beforehand, like I've been doing tonight because I just cannot stop talking. But yeah, this skin is really nice. It's quickly become one of my favorites. One thing I noticed is that for most of the tracks, the color variations are based on the intensity of the track. So you'll get like purples and blues when it's like calmer and softer, and then when it gets more intense, you'll get like oranges and reds. That, I mean, that's for the most part. Some of them change that up, and I'm good for them for doing that. I'm just giving a general idea. But for this one, I think it just kind of does like an RGB cycle, like it's the color on my mouse. I don't think the colors are tied to the intensity of the song in any way. I think it's just cycling them, which I'm not sure I like that much. I think I would prefer it if it was based on the intensity still, but I don't know. It could be a matter of preference. I still just really like how the color looks, how it's used. Um, in it may be a little bit harder to see for you, but the thumbnail image there, they're solid bands on the left and right. But when it gets less intense, the middle slips away, and then it's got like two really slim bands of color on the edge. It just looks super, super nice, and I really like it. And this skin was made by, oh god, I've been dreading how to pronounce this one. It's like bracket line bracket OPA. I don't know. But it's colorful and gray. It's called, and you should be able to find it with that. And on it, we're going to play I'm in Love with You by the 1975. Hope you have fun. I know I will. This song is so fun, so lighthearted.
Heartbeat is coming in so strong.
Ah, that song's like a disease. It's going to be in your head for how long have I known the song? Months? It's so infectious. It's so nice. I like it a lot. And isn't that skin great? That skin just looks so nice, so polished. So it's not necessarily minimalistic because there's a lot going on the outside with all the rings and stuff, but it's simple in color obviously, but it looks like a lot of thought was put into it, and it just looks super nice and really sleek. I like it a lot. All right, so with that, we're done with the 1975. That's all I have for now, but as I continue to explore and get to know that album, could definitely see some more pop in the future. But speaking of artists returning, we're going to go back to an artist that I featured quite a bit in the first showcase, and that is The Midnight. They have an enormous catalog of really fantastic songs, and I got more of them, and so we're going to play more of them. I think last time I was restricted to one album, and this time I am not. So we're going to get to know them a little bit better. Which one am I doing first? Okay. And also, yeah, right here. Also, I am aware it is getting close to October, so the spoopy time is approaching. I think Freeform posted their official schedule for 31 Nights of Halloween on Twitter today, so that makes it official. I should switch my icons and everything over, because I have that Five Nights at Freddy's themed avatar that a friend of mine made for me a while back that looks really nice. So I should switch that back pretty soon. But anyway, last time it was done kind of after the fact, but I still had some leftover spoopy time songs in there still. This time I'm doing it beforehand, and before we got our spoopy songs from other sources, there was some spooky sounding Killer Instinct music, and even some YouTube artists like DA Games and The Living Tombstone that we used. But this time, The Midnight is going to provide our spookiness. One of their more recent releases, I'll use the word releases, was an EP called Horror Show, and it's got some... normally they have... It's not that they haven't done like spooky sounding stuff in the past. We're actually going to get to one of those later. But I don't know, this had just like a different vibe about it compared to their other stuff, and it's stuck with me a little bit, even after they've released more recent stuff. They have a Heroes album that I want to say is from last year, but it didn't do a whole lot for me. This was their last release before that, and this one stuck with me quite a bit. A few of these songs are not... Some might be top 5, but they're not top 3. I played 2 of my top 3s last time, and we're going to get to another one later. But they're pretty high up there. They've stuck with me pretty well. So this first one we're going to do is called Neon Medusa. Pretty interesting imagery just those 2 words give you when put together. And what we're going to do for the skin... Spooky, scary skeleton. That would have been a good one. I actually love the... I'm pretty sure it's the Living Tombstone remix of Spooky, Scary Skeleton. It's pretty good. No, we did one of their Five Nights at Freddy's songs, but it wasn't the one that they're known for above all the others. It was a more recent one. It was their one for Security Breach, I think, because it was before Ruin. That reminds me, I need to check if DA Games did a song for Ruin, because I really like their stuff. I did find a song for Ruin, but I didn't decide to grab it. Although maybe I could. It's a little too recent. I kind of needed to grow on me a little bit more before I decide to actually grab it. Or if the YouTube feature that the other person mentioned or something actually works, I could do it that way maybe sometime. But yeah, anyway, what we're going to do for a skin this time is... so I am keeping my word and using a skin that I didn't use last time, but we used something similar. They're kind of the same brand. So we used this Retro Wave Halloween skin last time. But what we're going to do is we're just going to use regular Retro Wave this time. I've used other ones like it, but I used Synthwave instead last time, and Synthwave is really, really good. I like it a lot. I actually tried this one out earlier, experimenting with some songs, and this one actually holds up a lot better than I remember too. I still don't really like how your vehicle looks on it, but it's got a lot. It has a lot going for it. You'll see. There's lots of like wireframe stuff on the sides that's freaking out during the song, and actually the colors go crazy. So Twitch might have a field day with this one if that is actually any indication of how that works. But this is made by... I'm pretty sure this is made by our good friend Simon Evo. He made quite a few of the ones we did last time. I think this is... No, he's going to be on one other one later. So he does a lot of... I think he did Synthwave and Retrowave Halloween is why. He does a lot of these like 80s vaporwavy looking ones. Yeah, he really likes that style, I guess. But they're really cool. I can't blame him. So good job, Simon. Thanks so much for this one. We're going to show it off by playing Neon Medusa by the Midnight. Hope you have fun and let the spooky times begin.
Don't fall in love with the man on stage. I'll be on in a minute. I'm just sharpening my blade. Don't fall for his flattering tune. He'll promise you the world until you drink that perfume. It's a highway, highway to the door. And a neon Medusa's got your heart. Sweet canyon lullabies. Don't look straight into its eyes. It's a highway, highway to the door. There's only two ways to make it in this town. One is to be brilliant, the other is to drown. Don't take both drugs all in one go. You can't reach the heavens passed out on the floor. It's a highway, highway to the door. And a neon Medusa's got your heart. Sweet canyon lullabies. Don't look
missed it.
With the party lines calling out, are you lost or are you found? Are there too many mirrors in this Don't fall in love with the man on stage. I'll be on in a minute, then I'll sweep you away. Don't fall for the monsters in this maze, but I could love you forever if you'd meet my gaze.
Mm. So I remember the colors varying a little more and getting a little brighter than that, but I'm not really mad about it because like the darker colors and the ones that it used kind of fit the vibe a little bit better, I feel like. Like the dark reds, blues, and purples. I thought that worked. That was nice. I could have sworn, what song did I play it on where that got it a lot brighter then? That's interesting. Fun fact, did you know if you turn every song in Doom Eternal to a picture, there's demonic imagery in the song? What? Oh hey, and it's already on the next song. So this is from the same EP, Horror Show. These are the only two I'm going to pull from this particular EP, but there are at least two other songs on the EP that I really, really like as well. So I would definitely recommend checking this out. It would make a really good addition if you're putting together a Halloween playlist. I'm just saying. I think it's pretty good. So that's all set. And remember when I mentioned there are two of these Age of Metals? It's time for the other one, which is all the way down here for some reason. The two retro waves were together, but all right. So this is the Eclipse edition, and it's very red. So if you look at the title, kind of works. And it's once again, it's unfortunately not an actual metal track, but this song does mess with themes of trauma and like using trauma to your advantage, and mentions cutting people's heads off and holding them up as a prize, metaphorically, I hope. But so dark subject matter is the idea. Pretty metal subject matter, I would say. And this one was made by same person who did the Ice theme, and that is Gingerbread. And it says it right there. I don't know. Normally it doesn't say it there, so I'm not used to just looking there for the credit, but the credit is there in this particular case. I wish they would all do that. It would make my job a lot easier. Would be a pain to update that, though, if they changed their Steam names frequently. But, yeah. So we're going to do Good in Red by The Midnight on the Age of Metal skin, Eclipse Edition, and Audiosurf 2 skin made by Gingerbread. Kind of ironic we're doing, like, more Halloween-themed stuff, but the skin was made by Gingerbread, and that's more of a Christmas thing. More like holiday. And also, no one's played... Well, I think they played Neon Medusa, because Neon Medusa is pretty popular. This one's a little less popular, but I like it a lot. And hopefully you will as well. Keeping the spoopy times going.
Loving mother, unstable, daddy gone under the table, but you found a song in your heart. So you learn how to fight, how to starve, how to survive. When the others blocked your light, you learn to see beyond the stars. The curse of small desires, easily acquired. It's time to set your gasoline heart on fire. Kill your demons, kill them dead. In your mirror, in your bed, in your heart, in your head. Don't you look in bed? Slay your devils, kill them all. Take your throne, paint the walls. And if you make it out alive, hold that bloody head up high. Don't you look in bed? Don't you look good in bed? Is there more beyond those plains? You cut your hair, changed your name, left a note as you escaped. To thine own self be true. But there was no gold in those hills, no platinum in those pretty pills. Just werewolves tossing dollar bills in the wine dark sea of Malibu. The curse of small desires, easily acquired. It's time to set your gasoline heart on fire. Kill your demons, kill them dead. In your mirror, in your bed, in your heart, in your head. Don't you look good in bed? Slay your devils, kill them all. Take your throne, paint the walls. And if you make it out alive, hold
Powerful stuff. That one's pretty cool. When I mentioned the list of favorite artists that I've seen in person, I forgot to add the Midnight to that list. I saw them, I'm pretty sure last year. It was actually around this time. I'm pretty sure it was in September of last year. And so it would have been the last thing I went to before last year's showcase. And so it was a big thing at the time, which was partly why I featured them. But it's funny because it's a situation where that's a band that, and it's doing the next song again. Funny how that worked out. But it's a band that my brother originally showed me from one song, and then when he said he was going to see them and I agreed to go, I looked into them more, and I think I got more into them than my brother ever was. But they just have a really good sound. They're all incredibly talented, and just a whole lot of bangers. If you like electronic and 80s vaporwavy stuff, this is the band for you, man. Lots of cool stuff, a lot of really cool vibes. And that brings me to this next track. So I mentioned that I probably played 2 of my top 3 last time, because I'm pretty sure Jason is my number 1, and then Sunset is probably my number 2, and I played both of those last time because they were on the same album. This one is probably my number 3. This one is just really descriptive and has such a vibe. It just paints a really cool picture, in my opinion. And take a minute to look at this album art, because I'm really excited about this skin, because the skin that I found is so perfect for the color scheme on this album art here. It's gonna be so nice. It's just absolutely perfect. Just sets the perfect vibe. And I tend to lose it in here quite a bit. There it is. Kind of an unexpected place, but Blue Flame is the one that works for this. It shows up as Blue Flame on here, but on the workshop, when I checked earlier, it was actually Blue Green Pyro is what it comes up under. If you'd like to get it. And it is made by DruArk. That's DRUARK. But it's a really, really cool one. It kind of sticks to just 2 color palettes and alternates between them depending on intensity. But I just really love that they're perfect for this song. And just perfect to match this album art. So ingrain this album art in your brain, and then keep that in mind for what you're about to see. But we're gonna do Shadows by the Midnight, and this is off of their Nocturnal album. It might be an EP, but it's a lot earlier. It's from 2017. I think their earliest thing was in 2016, so this was pretty early on for them. But the vibe was still strong back then, for sure. But this is Shadows by the Midnight on Blue Flame or Blue Green Pyro by DruArk. Thanks, DruArk. This one's perfect. Also, before I forget to mention it again, back when I was playing Neon Medusa and I missed that the big note, I'm so upset, because in the times that I was practicing the song and testing out different themes, I missed that same one so many times, because it's at such a weird place that I miss it, and there's notes around it, and just but anyway, moving on. Oh, yes. Forgot to mention to maybe turn sound up if you need to, because a lot of vibe stuff goes on at the beginning of this.
carved a silhouette on the ocean after dark, over the lonely and the holy and the red blood beating hearts. Up from the dirty black water, a shadow void of form raised itself out of the river, and it climbed upon the shore. Neon on the blacktop, there's a gentle rain downtown, shadow pooling underneath me as it follows on the ground. Kissed you when I saw you, stared deep into your eyes. I meant to say I love you, but instead I said goodbye. Shadows in the city, I'm a stranger to myself. On these streets I'm someone else. Shadows in the city, like a demon in the dark, come to tear us apart.
Neon City.
All my good intentions, there's a shadow in the dark. He comes to me infrequently and breaks your perfect heart. I don't know why I do it, apologize, but it's too late. A single tear and you leave me here, and the shadow slips away. Shadows in the city, I'm a stranger to myself. On these streets I'm someone else. Shadows in the city, like a demon in the dark, come to tear us apart.
Neon City.
Oh. Oh my god. Oh, new record! Oh shit! I was like 4th before. That's awesome. Oh man. Oh my god. That song is such a vibe. Just when you think you've heard it all, that saxophone comes in at the end and just, oh my god. It's so good. It's so, so good. I love it so much. Alright. So for whoever's still here, we're almost there. We've just got 2 more songs. We're already at 3 hours. Oh my gosh. I'm pretty sure, I'll need to go back and check how long the other one was, because I think it was 3.5 hours. Like, how did I spend the same amount of time on 10 less songs? That's crazy. I thought this would be shorter. But we've got plenty of time. I have like 4 more hours if needed, but we're not going to do that. I've got 2 more songs left for you. I mentioned I'm going to go see Owl City on Tuesday, and then I think in November I'm going to get to see this man, Madion. So Accept the Country Song. This is my first time hearing all of these songs. Okay, cool. You'll have to, if you stick around until the end, you'll have to let me know which one you like the best. I've been naming them all, so hopefully they've been ingrained in your memory. If not, we can go back through the list at the end and talk about them. But yeah, I should be going to see this man in November. And I've fallen in and out of interest with Madion. His last full album, Good Faith, was really, really good. And since then, he's been on a tour called Good Faith Forever, but it's ending, so it's not forever, I guess. But he's done a few new songs since that album. He's done The Prince. He's done Love You Back. I was trying to remember the name of the song before this one. Love You Back is also pretty good. But then this one is in a whole other league. This is like the greatest song I've heard from him. And he was holding it hostage for the longest time. So this is a song that he'd been playing live for months, up to maybe even a year before it was released earlier this year. Maybe even as early as a month or 2 ago. He released it in 2 different versions. There was a regular version that was just going to be good. It was only like 3-ish minutes and kind of felt underwhelming because how I know it is from the live performances. I haven't actually seen him in person yet, but I had a couple of I've seen a couple live performances. Like he did Coachella in 2022 and put on a great big show. And he has like a whole extended live version of the song that he's been playing for the longest time, and it's just it's not that much of a reach into say it's almost like a religious experience seeing the live performance of this song. Like if you have not heard of this song before, or even like Madion before, look up a live performance of this song. Like seriously, do it. I'm not asking. I'm telling you. It's an incredible experience what he puts on. It was the regular version of the song that he put out was just like nowhere close to that, but this is at least the length of what it is, and it still gives me like chills to listen to. It's like that good of a song. I'm going to try and emulate that with the skin here, but it's really not going to come anywhere close. And I just highly, highly recommend, if you take nothing else away from the showcase tonight, please look up a live performance of this song. And then I'm also a little scared because the skin that I saw it at the top earlier. There it is. The skin I picked for this, it lags a bit when I first load in when I'm not streaming, and so I'm very concerned about how it's going to run while I'm streaming. I think it's fine after the initial load. I hope it is. But we're going to see how it goes. And it's 80s looking and vapor wavy, so who's it by? Simon Evo? You're partially correct. Simon Evo and Classified, who also came up a few times last time. I'm not entirely sure which ones. They were normally paired up with someone else, though. I think it was Lass or Lawrence. So it was never a Simon Evo collab. So this is interesting. But yeah, Classified and Simon Evo, and we're going to be doing Gonna Be Good, the live edit on the skin. Let's try it out, and I hope you like it, and I hope it doesn't get framey, but it might. Oh, there it goes. Alright, it's okay.
You carried me, batters me, fears me out. And nothing else, nothing to write home about. Yeah. I'm coming back to safety, told you out. Keep running after this I'd be good. Well, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna make a world like no one else, and it's gonna be yours. And nobody can take it back from you. Oh, and it's gonna be good. Yeah. People stare, people think, people know best. We're making those real, making a mess. And I know I'm trying to give it all we could. But after this decided to be good. We're gonna be good. I'm gonna make a world to ourselves, and it's gonna be yours. And nobody can take it back from you. It's been harder than it should, but it's gonna be good.
Not even at the best part yet. Here we go. Oh, that song gives me chills. Oh my god, it's so amazing. Oh my gosh. Hopefully that skin wasn't too framey. I really like the during the choruses, the vectors. They're normally like a bright blue, but there's so many of them together in succession that it's like almost a white heavenly glow that emanates from the top of it, and just like I thought it suited the song well enough. I'm not going to find anything anywhere close to the live set though, so definitely check that out. I highly recommend it. Speaking of which, I'll go ahead and recommend the song. Oh man. Okay. So that was originally going to be the last one, but that weird, excuse me, that weird fade out that it does at the end kind of leans toward there being another last song after it. And he did play one more song after it live, so this is the part where I need to warn people. We've been through a lot tonight. We've some triggering artists and genres, some Owl City, some country, some anime. But I feel like 10-minute Coldplay song is maybe the one that deserves get out while you still can if you can't handle it. But that's what we're going to be ending on, because you really can't put a 10-minute Coldplay song anywhere else other than the end, can you? But this was on their most recent, and I think according to what they said at the time, last album, Music of the Spheres, which was like interstellar, like planet themed and stuff. Music from all kinds of different planets, and this is the end track on the off of that. And according to one of the concert videos I watched for the tour, it's their new favorite song to perform live. So the opposite of how Andrew feels about Constantine. If you know, you know. But he started playing that again too, apparently. But Coloratura is the name of it, and it's actually really cool. Even though it's 10 minutes long, it kind of, I don't know about flies by, but it doesn't really feel like a whole 10 minutes. But it's my favorite song from the album, definitely, and it's stuck with me a lot. And it's up there as one of my favorite Coldplay songs, although that's kind of a tall order. But it's like top 10, which is good enough, I feel like. I was originally, for skins, I was originally going to do, where is it? This Imaginarium one, which is very interesting. It's kind of like a weird imagination nighttime version of the roller coaster skin that I used last one. There it is. I used that in the last showcase for a Skylar Spence song. I was originally going to use that, but it's like holiday themed. There's like snowflakes and snowmen, and we're not quite there yet, and it doesn't really suit the song. But I found this reverse theme that I have, and since Music of the Spheres is themed around like music from different planets and stuff, there's at least a planet in the background, and we're like in space, so it'll be close enough, and it does a little more with color grading and variation than Imaginarium would. So we're going to do that. And Reverse is made by Classified again, and then Kyanite as well. I don't know how these collaborations work with Audiosurf skins, but it's nice that they're giving credit where credit is due, I guess. So this is your last chance. If you can't tolerate 10-minute Coldplay song, you may want to leave, but you're in for quite a finale if you're able to stomach it. To me, I sort of understand that some people don't like Coldplay, but to me, they have so many good songs over such a long tenure that it's almost impossible to not like at least one. Like, even the people that hate Coldplay, I gotta be like, there's gotta be at least one that you like. Like, there's no way that they all slip past. But we're doing Coloratura by Coldplay on the reverse skin made by Classified and Kyanite in collaboration. So without further ado, let's finish this showcase off. And if you still have your sound turned up from shadows, then good. If not, there's a lot of low stuff at the beginning, just so you're not sitting in silence for a while. You may want to turn your sound up just a little bit. But it's up to you. Ooh, look at that. Are there different backgrounds here? I swear that's different. That's cool.
prophesy up in the blue. Together, that's how we make it through.
Okay. The end trail there wasn't as long as I thought. And only about 10,000 away from my record. But yeah, that was the last song that I had planned anyway. Oh no, it wants me to do Gonna Be Good again. Gonna Be Good is also pretty good on that, not Blue Flame, which one was it? Neon Colors, the ones with the wave effect and the Northern Light stuff on the sides. I kind of liked that too. If you need a second recommendation for that one. But yeah, see, 10-minute Coldplay song wasn't that bad, was it? We got through it. It's fine. Yeah, they did like some event on Amazon Prime Video where they like streamed one of their concerts or something uh, on the tour of that album, and now it's just unwatchable. It was there for the time. I call it the end of it, but now it's just gone. I don't know. Would love to have it, or at least watch it again, but I haven't found it. All right, well, that is the 15 song playlist, and somehow it took basically just as long as a 25 song playlist last time, so I did something wrong to do that. I'm sorry. I thought I was being efficient. I will probably do another one of these because there's always more music, especially if I get an optical drive that works. There's more workshop stuff, even some more skins I have that I haven't shown off yet or haven't found a song that fits. But there's always more to do in this. I feel like I could play this forever. It's just so satisfying to me. So I'll probably come back. And had some requests I'll try to remember. The stream's recorded, so worst comes to worst, I can come back and see what was mentioned for next time. Try to incorporate that, because not the whole reason, but part of the reason I'm doing this is like someone on YouTube asked if I could do more, if there's going to be more, and I was like, hell yeah, it's going to be more. And it's going to be good. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a simple thing in the grand scheme of things, but as a bit of a musician myself and a lover of music and music games, this is a fun thing for me to do. Just pick songs I like, find skins that fit, show them off. And if you're still here, we started from Synesthesia, did Paper Moon, yeah, New York City, Learn How to Surf, Promises, Stay, Part of the Band, Oh Caroline, I'm in Love with You, Neon Medusa, Good and Red, Shadows, Gonna Be Good, the live edit, and Coloratura. So if you're still here, if you've been lurking in the chat, I'd love to know which track was your favorite. Or maybe there was a song you didn't like as much, but there was a skin that we played it on that you liked more. I'll stay on for a bit, see if anyone's still around and has something to say about that. Ugh. I've been sitting for a long time. These always take longer than I think they will. It's just like, it's 15 songs, how can it take that long? But just like, I did a Guitar Hero TV stream, took over 3 hours. I did 25 songs last time, took over 3 hours. Did 15 songs this time, and it still took over 3 hours. Fire Dragon's still here. What was your favorite? Favorite song and favorite skin? All the songs were meh. Darn. None of them jumped out. I tried to vary things quite a bit here. We had some anime, we had a country song, a good amount of electronic to be fair, but different kinds within that space, and some pop rock alternative stuff. Favorite skin was Mario Kart, surprise. Oh, the Mario Kart skin, yeah. I remember someone mentioned that last time. They saw it and were like, "Oh, cool, Mario Kart skin." I'm like, "Oh, no, we're not gonna. That's not in the cards for today." So I wanted to get that in here because I recognize it being a cool thing. I think at the time I remembered it like not working as well. I mean, it still doesn't look super great compared to the ridiculously good skins that you can get in here, but it's serviceable. It works. I mean, there are some that have like texture glitches and all kinds of things, so it could be a lot worse. I have a Sonic one as well, but I can't. So I have an F-Zero one, the Normandy. I think I haven't used that one because it's a basic skin. It just has the Normandy instead of a vehicle. But there's like some Sonic Mario F-Zero thing. I don't know what that is. And the person who commented requesting these was kind of surprised that didn't make the cut. There's also this one, but it doesn't look very good from there, and I remember it not working well. There's also, there's this one that just has the Blue Falcon from F-Zero, but I think it looks like it's a basic skin aside from that too, so that's why I haven't really used these. Rainbow Road is obviously unique. There's this one that's like Picasso themed, but I'm not sure how to... Maybe it could have been used for like part of the band or something, but it's a weird one. It's a weird one. But if people keep pointing them out and want to see them, I'll try and find something to incorporate with them. And then Snake Way we used last time for Smile Bomb. It was the closest thing I could find, and that one's pretty fun. I've got like some kind of Star Wars swoop racing, but I don't think it works very well. And this like Bionicle ice slicer looking thing, but it doesn't look very good either. And so, I mean, if you spot these cool ones in here, there's a reason I'm not using them. And then Mirrors has potential, but I think it only works on like ultra graphics or something. It just doesn't look good whenever I try it. I like keep forgetting. It's like, why do I not use this again? And then I try it for like the third time. And it's like, no, it still doesn't look good. And then I'm not really a fan of the ones where it's a person running. I don't know why. The Outrun one is kind of muddy looking too. It's not super great. I could at least do the Outrun one. It at least works. It just doesn't look very good. But yeah. Alright. Well, I suppose it's time to mosey on down the old dusty trail, or whatever they say in that Family Guy episode. Didn't end up too pressed for time or anything, but this did take a lot longer than I expected it to, and the file size is probably pretty big because of it. But yet another successful showcase. I like doing these. I'm sure there will be more eventually, even though they continue to get blocked. But what I did last time is I edited it down to my explanations and then just like a silent showing of what the skin looked like while playing it. And that got past the copyright issues. So worst comes to worst, I'll eventually edit this down into that format. And it won't be 3 hours long at that point. So that'll be good. And it'll be viewable that way eventually. This will be up on Twitch for a while. Obviously, it takes a few months for them to expire. But we'll see what parts of this they block the audio for, if anything. And then I'll attempt to upload to YouTube, and we'll see what what artists cause issues this time. But that's it for now. Big thanks to everyone who stopped by. We had more people than usual. I guess Audiosurf 2 is kind of popular that way. Thanks everyone for stopping by, for new subscribers and, followers. Subscribing is a different thing. New followers, new people in the chat. Thanks so much, and hope you have a good night.